This is a strawberry pineapple mango smoothie, and it's a bomb. Okay, so hey y'all, it's Kia Badia, and I'm back. Like I promised, I'm back. So thank you for being patient, and I'm here. Like I said in my last video, if you watched it, it was about my heat press machine. You saw me actually putting my brand on t-shirts, and I was using my heat press machine, and I will put that video up top so that you can go check that out if you want to watch that. This video is going to just be a little bit more detailed, so it's going to be me talking a lot in it. So if you want to hear how and why, please stay tuned and watch the whole video. How did I come up with my brand name? Well, I came up with my brand name last year. I feel like that it was important to me that I actually turned this ideal into a business and a brand, because I feel like so many people could possibly relate to it. During the time when I thought of this ideal, it was during a time where I was like going through a heartbreak, and I was experiencing like feelings, and which it was like a true heartbreak. It was painful. I was still having like good feelings, and out of nowhere, like a sense or music or anything would just play, and like I would get this feeling, and it made me feel good, which like I was in pain, but remembering those feelings and how I felt made me think of like, dang, I'm feeling this, but I don't want to feel it. But then it clicked in my head, like, why can't I feel this and be happy about it? And I was like, when I'm feeling sad, I have to go through those feelings. So if I'm feeling happy, I should be able to go through those feelings and be okay with it. So I was like, that's kind of weird, like for me to like be in my feelings. And because we all heard that saying of like people saying, why are you in your feelings? Get at your feelings. Oh my God, you in your feelings. And it's like, ain't nothing really wrong with that. Like, we all know that we all got feelings and emotions, right? So why shouldn't we just be able to feel free about it? Like, these feelings are free. Ain't nobody charging you, paying you for nothing. You should be able to freely feel those feelings and be okay with it, whether they good or bad. You should be able to feel those and understand like what they doing to you as a person, as a human being, as an individual, like how it's actually playing a part in your life and affecting you in that moment, or just how it's going to affect you later on in life. I feel like with it affecting me, I was able to learn how to control my feelings a lot more. I was able to face them head on and let them actually take over whatever I needed to feel in that moment and be okay with it, so that if it ever came up again, I will understand like, yeah, this feel good, or nah, this don't feel good. Like I would know, because so many times we so quick to be like, oh, I'm so mad and I'm mad, let me go do something to get happy. And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. It's okay to be mad. Like, it's okay for you to have those feelings, they emotions and feelings for a reason. Therefore, you should be able to feel them, get through it, and be okay. I normally like to say, embrace it, own it, and then control it. So I'm gonna embrace what I'm feeling when it hit me. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna wear it around, whether people like it or not. You gonna see me either be happy or mad. You gonna see those things, or excited, or down, or moody. That's me owning it, and then I'm gonna control it. So therefore, it's not gonna affect you as a person. It's only gonna affect me and how I'm doing. I'm not gonna make that energy come off towards you, or make it heavier on you, or make your mood change. I'm gonna learn how to control my own feelings. Why did I name it Feel Free? I played with so many different names, y'all. It was a mess. Like, coming up with your own business and ideal, you learn that, like, it's so much that you have to do, and just getting the name right was a lot. I was like, man, what I want to call it. I was gonna call it like Sea of Feelings. I was gonna flip it and have it Free Feels, and then I was like, feel free. Like, you even hear the saying sometimes, like, you free to feel however you want, or you free to do this. So it's like, feel free. Like, feel free to do what you want to do. Feel free to say what you want to do. Feel free. Like, we say it all the time, and it just made sense for it to be like, feel free. But my feel free, my feel is actually for feelings, like emotions. Like, let those emotions and feelings be free. Like, embrace it, own it, and control it. And I just sat down one day and I was thinking of my bigger logo, which, you know, the I, my I logo. I had just drew the I, and then I wrote these words down. And then when I looked at it and put it all together, it read, I feel free. So that kind of made sense. And which I don't say it like that, like I feel free. But if you was to put 2 and 2 together, because we all know if 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 6 plus 6 equals 12, what the is that? You know what I'm saying? But the I and the feel free is like, I feel free. Sorry if y'all can hear this rain. It's starting to rain now. But yes, that's how I came up with it, because I was like, feel free and I feel free. What does feel free mean? Feel free to me means to release with relief. So I know a lot of us may not be in like the spiritual world or religious world. I'm very so much spiritual, so I did a lot of talking to God and, you know, praying and meditating and getting closer to him when I was going through my heartbreak. So it allowed me to actually release what I was feeling at the same time I was going through it and I was hurting, and I also got a relief out of it. So when I thought of feel free, I realized like I'm releasing how I'm feeling by still getting relief from it. Like, it's on me, but once I control it, it's gone. And I don't feel like I have this heavy burden on me. I can control more things that goes on in my life, how people affect me, how I affect other people. I think before I speak. So I wanted to be able to release with relief at the same time. Also, my motto is, feel free is for those who find strength and vulnerability. So that's what feel free means to me. So I find strength in being vulnerable. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way. I know it's just hard because you want to keep up your guard or have your pride when you around people. But if you can look at how you interact with people, or how your emotions come in play when you're around certain people, or when you're in certain moods, if you can allow that to strengthen you, then you can be stronger and more proud to actually be vulnerable around people. So you find that strength in being vulnerable. So feel free is for those that find strength in vulnerability. And I thought that was just so powerful, because I think we should be able to say that even though I'm vulnerable, it doesn't mean I'm weak, or it doesn't mean that I can't take on the same things you take on, or that I can't overcome them, or that I'm not strong, or that people look down at me like, oh, she's not capable of doing something. That does not mean that. Like, it's strength in being vulnerable. Some people are very vulnerable and people use that against them, but not realizing that, like, even your strong friends need help too. Like, they might be going through stuff all the time and they not able to be vulnerable, but the people that are more vulnerable in life, they get looked down on. So that's why I want us to be able to say it's strength. You can find strength in being vulnerable. So that's like me. I find strength in being vulnerable with my feelings, whether you experience them or I'm just experiencing them by myself. What does the I represent? So I knew this would be like either I'm gonna get it as soon as I see it type thing, or I'm not gonna get it. And I was ready to like take that on and experience it if people didn't understand it. So everybody know that I have the I logo, and you can see that it is a hand inside of the eye. It's like opening the eye, and you have the tears coming down, but they're color tears. And if you may not know, I'm gonna post a picture. It's a emotion wheel, and every emotion has its own color. So I wanted to incorporate the different emotions within the eye, and therefore that's why it's different colors for them. So those different colors represent different emotions. And I have the eye because I feel like so many people hide things behind like their mask. And we know that like our mask is, very our face, but we mask it to be what we want other people to see. So I may have this straight face, but behind it may be some other feelings that I'm experiencing, or emotion that I might be going through, or something that I experienced that morning or yesterday, and you may not know. But I went even deeper into it and went to not just a face, but to the eye, because you can see somebody if you look in their eyes. Like, you know how people say, like, I feel like you're staring in my soul. Like, your soul is behind your eyes. And I feel like if you can look at somebody and tell how they're feeling by their eyes. I don't know, maybe I'm just the only one, and maybe I'm just an overthinker, and I think a lot about these things, but I feel like I can see a person better if I can see their eyes and read their eyes, because I feel like you can tell a lot through a person's eyes. So that's why I wanted to use the eye, and I wanted to incorporate the hand opening the eye. Therefore, you can be free of those things that you're trying to mask behind your eye. Therefore, allowing all those different feelings and emotions to come out. And I had made a post the other day on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, asking people to tell me, what do you see when you look at this picture? And I had one of them told me like they instantly thought like eye opener, which that is true. Like, it's the opening of the eye. Like, you open your eye, you see more things. Another person mentioned like passionate and being, creative, which I definitely feel like that I was very creative. Thank you to my graphic designer, Nadeja. I'm going to leave her information down below, because she killed that, and I really appreciate her for working with me on that, because I was very difficult, but we got through it. And I was just very happy that like people were responding back to what they thought it was, because I want to give people a chance to say what they thought it was before I actually explain it. And when I explain it, I'm looking at it as though I see you, and I see you through your eyes. So I see what may be hiding behind your eyes. You may not know it, but a person can look at you and see how you're feeling behind your eyes. They're reading your eyes. They're looking at your eyes, and they can see the things that you may hide or not want to talk about or something like that. So in order to feel free, we gotta be able to embrace it, own it, and control it. So we're actually allowing those feelings to come out. So that is what's causing and driving feel free, because we're no longer hiding behind this mask. We're no longer hiding behind our eyes. When somebody look at us and look at our eyes, they're going to see who we are, what we possess about ourselves, how we feel, you can look at somebody, they may be teary-eyed. And what are you going to take with that? Oh, they're sad. You know, something like that. So it's like, you could look at somebody, and you don't always have to be crying. Like, I have looked at people and seen that, like, they were, like, somewhere else. Like, their mind was somewhere else. Like, they were spaced out. Or I looked at somebody and could tell that they were hurting. And I looked at somebody and I could tell that, like, they were happy. Like, I could see these things in people's eyes. So when you look at somebody, like they say, like, I'm looking at your soul. I can look at you and see things, but everybody may not be able to see that or have that power to do that. So with you being vulnerable enough and finding strength and vulnerability, you having your feelings freed, or you feeling free and wearing this eye, shows that you're not afraid to feel free. I'm not afraid for my eyes to be wide open to the world, and you see what pour out of them. You see what come out of my eye. Like, I'm being vulnerable, and this is what I'm giving you. Take it or leave it, but I must learn how to embrace it, own it, and control it. And that's what I'm doing. Who is my target audience? So my target audience, I would love it to be for everybody, but I know it's not going to be for everybody. One, just because a lot of people is not on that level, or actually being connected with who they are, how they feel, accepting their feelings and embracing it. So until people actually feel comfortable in being vulnerable, I don't feel like it's going to hit everybody, or people are going to be comfortable in doing that. You know what I'm saying? So my target audience is definitely for the people that find strength and vulnerability, and people that are vulnerable, people that are communicators, people that do seek advice, seek help, people that do talk about what they're going through, people that do vent, people that do open up, like people that's not afraid to just feel free, to not say, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm hurt, I'm in pain, I'm excited. Like, people that's not afraid to wear it, like actually wear their feelings. So I feel like the more like people get comfortable and understand, like, we ain't scared to do it, because I'm not scared to do it, and I'm gonna wear it, which is why I made this brand. Because you gonna see I feel free, and then you gonna see this eye on the back that's saying, oh yeah, it's me, I feel free. Like, you look in my eyes, you gonna see whatever I'm going through in that moment, in that day, in that minute. What you gonna see, that I'm feeling free, and I am gonna be free once I embrace it, own it, and control it. I want us to be able to create a community where it's like, you're not alone type thing or whatever. Because when I was going through my stuff, I knew, like, I felt alone, but I knew I wasn't alone. But then they made me even more ready and hungry to, like, dive into it and figure it out and control it, so that I could create this comfortable open space for more people to come in and say, I feel free. Like, feel free. Like, people that are very strong-minded, people that's comfortable in how they feel. And I feel like once people see this video, they're going to realize, like, what the I mean, what the meaning of the feel free mean, and going to be able to relate to it more. And it's going to hit them, and then they're going to realize, like, oh, do I want to step in this environment and allow myself to be vulnerable, or, you know, do something like that, or am I just not quite there yet? But whenever you're ready, come on. Like, you can come. Like, I'm gonna be ready to accept you and take you in. But until then, it's okay. But even if you just want to just talk about, man, I've never been able to feel free, or I never been able to, like, be vulnerable with people. Like, I want to be that person to where, like, people can talk to, or get to that point. Like, don't mean that you weak, or you less of a man, or you on your period as a woman, or like you just being emotional, it's your hormone. It doesn't mean that. And I feel like that's what causes to not know how to communicate, to hurt other people, to cause pain, and live with trauma, because we don't allow those things to actually take part in our journey to be vulnerable, to be free, you know, to actually release with relief. Like, we don't take that time because we so quick to seeing how somebody else is going to judge us. It's not about how that person going to judge you. It's about you guarding your heart, protecting your energy and you being okay with yourself, and you learning how to manage what you do in an everyday basis. And I finished my website, so the link for my website will be down below. I'm going to show a video of me just going through my website, telling you what the website is about, what's on my website. I have products, I have my mission statement, I have all of that. And I think a lot of you guys will very much appreciate this brand and what it brings to the table. And if anybody want to talk more about it, like, please reach out to me. But I really appreciate if people can just sign up for it on my website. So if you want to have conversations or email me through that where we're talking about stuff, we can do that and create that space for that. So thank you for watching this video. You will be hearing and seeing more about Feel Free. So be prepared, be ready, and thank you for watching.